So this is the Rapido OO9 scale Kerr Stuart Sirdar loco. I think it's the short tank version. And today we're going to look at fitting it with a DCC decoder. They are beautiful running locos. It's got a CAN motor with a flywheel, which we'll have a look at in a second. It is a tiny loco, so you've only got the 4 wheels to pick up. And there are a total of 6 contacts, the way they've arranged it. So they do emphasise that it does need very clean tractor to work. It's also worth doing some running in before you fit DCC, although there is a method of running it in after you fit DCC, so we will cover that as well. But give it a reasonable run. The purpose of running in is to bed down the pickups and to clean away the blackening. So metal surfaces tend to have a chemical blackening. I've loosened the body already, I'm cheating here, but yeah, so the wheels are blackened to make them look a little bit more realistic. The pickups have to scrape through that. Okay, so this is the Lenz Silver Mini decoder. The little, right, it's an orange mark this time. The little paint mark there shows pin 1. So the first thing we've got to do is open the body. And I've used the screwdriver they supply to remove the 4 screws. And the body does lift out. Hook up a little bit, there we go. So that comes out. I've removed the screws into a little tray here. Just be careful because they do magnetise to the bottom of the chassis as well. So if you're missing one in your little tray, then look under the loco. I found one stuck actually to the centre screw there that goes into the motor. Or at least under the motor. So that is the chassis. You can see the flywheel there. Gear drive at this end. And you can see 2 pickups on the front wheel and 1 on the rear. Just make sure there's nothing caught underneath them. Make sure they're actually scraping the rim because they can sort of head towards the middle of the wheels. It is a self-contained power unit. Does need the weight of the body to get the best traction, but it does run on its own. Okay, so we're going to take out the blanking plug. That's it here, the wires go over the top of it, so just push them to one side. You'll need to track them back to the front again when you put the body on. And this is the blanking plug. Pay attention to the orientation. When I turn it over, it is numbered 1 to 6 there. So we know that pin 1 is at this end. So when we get the decoder, pin 1 marked there with an orange little paint mark on this one. Line it up, and there we are. And then the wires come round the front again. I'll do that off camera. Okay, so the wires are now around the front, and then the body does just go over and slip down, so sort of insert it at the front first and then rotate the body on, and then the screws will go back in. Okay, so it is a sensible precaution to go off and read the decoder on a programming track before putting it on full power, and just make sure that everything's working fine. Now this is a straightforward plug-in decoder fit, so it is belt and braces to go off and check it. Just for information, the Lenz error codes are held on CV30, so you want to read 30 and get 0. But just reading the address will pop up any warnings anyway, so just a precautionary check before you give it full power. It's more essential if you're soldering in chips. This is a straightforward plug-in. Okay, so The chip is just on factory settings. The flywheel is much more effective at higher speed, as it is on analog. There we are, up and running. So there is a trick to running a loco in on DCC, which is to turn the inertias off on the decoder. So it's on address 3. It's got quite low inertia on the factory settings. But if we select function 4 on the Lenz chip, it will then go to what is called direct drive. So it turns the inertias off and the loco becomes directly responsive to the throttle. So it's not going through up that acceleration, so you can get it to a medium speed quite quickly for running in. And when you're finished, turn function 4 off and it will return to acceleration and braking delays that you programmed.